What's up, guys? Taylor Gone here. This is day 17 of my diet and training log. Today's going to be a fun one. I get to kind of cold test and see where my deadlift is at. I talked to Zach recently. We're going to start back up full programming October 1st when I get back from my Stones of Strength show. So he just wants to see where my strength is at, which this kind of aligns with my plan going into training. He needs to assess he needs to see a really heavy max deadlift and max overhead press. So that kind of gives me, I already talked about going heavy today on deadlift, and next week pushing axle pretty hard at some point. So that'll kind of serve as both of my final hard sessions going into Great Lakes. And then we'll be able to just, start rolling with his programming, assuming nothing gets hurt. So today I took, I'm going to take my insulin right now. I did take 10 milligrams of Halo and 25 milligrams of injectable Anadrol. So I just, I'm going to go heavy. I want to make sure I get accurate testing in, you know what I mean? And also it's fun. So, was 290 this morning, so getting pretty beefy. Gonna have to start dialing it back a little bit, especially on the sweets. I've been eating a lot of sweets lately. I did notice a big difference when I went off the cinnamon toast crunch. I wasn't holding nearly as much water, obviously, because these are dry carbs, but when the gummies and fruit and stuff, the juice isn't. So I think from now on, it's definitely going to be more effective if I stick with dry carbs. Pretty much yesterday, um, yesterday morning when Zach kind of confirmed that pulling heavy today would be a good plan, I pretty much switched to all carbs. Like I didn't really prioritize protein that much within the 24 hours that I'm gonna hit a heavy weight. I'm pretty much switching to all carbs and fats. Proteins will sneak on in there, but as long as I'm hitting a sufficient amount of protein normally through my diet, if I really want to flip the switch and perform heavy, within a day's notice, I think it's valuable to be able to flip that switch and just kind of go all out on carbs if you can. Hopefully I'll pull over 700 today. I don't see any reason why not. I feel nice and full, but it's been so long since I've pulled heavy, period. It's been since before June since I really pulled heavy on the trap bar. But it's been over a year since I've pulled heavy on a straight bar. So this will be kind of a fun test. I'm interested to see where I'm at. I have like no idea what I should be shooting for, which is kind of fun. So 290. 290, I usually start feeling pretty unhealthy and pretty immobile, but I feel really fucking good here. It was almost surprising that I was 290. So, surprising in the fact that like I feel so good. So, it'll be interesting to see how big I can get. I don't know that if I'll push much heavier, but with how easy the weight is coming off and how easy it was to make my cut once I dieted down last year, I kind of want to just see how heavy I can push and just start dieting earlier, I guess. But and doing the water cut a little harder because the water cut itself was fucking easy as long as you can nail all the variables. Um, you know, I shot under my weight cap by 2 or 3 pounds and was having to hydrate and eat a little bit to get back up on weight. So I've definitely got some wiggle room. Uh, you know, 300 pounds was my starting point last year. So at the very least, we'll start there again. Taco wants to say hi. Hey, Bubba. Well, yeah. Getting mentally prepared for deadlift is something that might be good to talk about. It's one of those things where you really gotta kind of, for me anyways, prepare going into it and knowing that like no amount of pain matters. Nothing fucking matters. You know, if something feels heavy, it can't get in your head. So really almost trying to put yourself in that game day setting of like, I don't care if I fucking break my body, I'm gonna pull as heavy as I can possibly pull. Because the deadlift will start feeling heavy a few attempts before you should be done, before you're maxed out. And it can be really demoralizing, frustrating, discouraging, I guess, where it feels so heavy that you're like, fuck, I can't take another one. I don't know how I'm gonna take another one. And there's just so many thoughts that can flood into your head 2, 3, 4 attempts out from what your top set should be that you almost really have to prepare yourself for not just the physical pain, but the mental battles and shutting all that stuff out attempt after attempt after attempt. After it feels heavy, you still got to go in and lift heavier. And it's very important to, you know, I've talked about this before. Deadlift is just, it'll get the best of you physically and mentally. And so every deadlift day, you have to prepare for a mental and physical fucking fight. And, you know, even if it comes down to not hitting the numbers that you wanted to and reframing it in a positive way or finding a way to get productive work out of it without beating yourself up. There's just so much mental preparation that goes into the deadlift, and there's so much to be said for people who have kind of conquered the deadlift and they're unfazed by that sort of thing. It really shows a lot of maturity because this is one of the toughest lifts to master, in my opinion. So, all right, I think that's all I have to say. I'm getting, I'm getting ready. Just, you know. All right, thanks for watching.